Today on the House of Tiny Tearaways.
Do you want me to shout to you later, Dawn?
Why are you having that me for it?
That is so hard, isn't it?
If I was talking to Danielle in the kitchen and everything, it feels like you talk to her than you do me.
Will you behave?
You're watching the all-new House of Tiny Tearaways. We're at the beginning of the third day and one couple have almost split up. Another mum is grumpy with another mum because she thinks her partner's been paying too much attention to that mum. Well, basically, it's all kicked off.
What? Give her to me.
When relationships are at breaking point,
I love my little girl so much, and sometimes I really hate her dad.
young families are on the edge.
Out now! Now! Lie down!
Free! Mum, I'm not getting bussed around no more!
And the kids are out of control.
Stop fighting! F***ing stupid.
This is where they come, the House of Tiny Tearaways. Two of the country's leading child psychologists, Laverne Antrobus and Elizabeth Kilby, are on hand to provide intensive therapy for these young parents. They will observe how they operate and then intervene to help them turn their lives around. To do this, they'll be able to watch up to 24 hours a day via remote cameras and those hidden behind mirrors.
I don't want you to hate me.
You don't know what way about it.
Paul, don't go just yet.
I'm getting angry.
Living here means families can behave as normally as possible, free from distractions.
There is no telly.
All the families coming into the house over this month-long TV event are hoping that Laverne and Elizabeth can make a real difference to their lives. But whether they can remains to be seen.
No, I just want to go home.
21-year-old Sammy and 28-year-old David Butters have come to the house because their 3-year-old triplets, Lewis, Taylor Jean and Lily Sue, are out of control.
Don't ruin it for everyone else just because you're in a bad mood.
David's given up his job to help look after the kids because a pregnant Sammy says the triplets are too much to deal with and she's only able to look after 4-month-old baby Alfie. But is her lack of involvement really a case of not being able to cope?
So you can't be bothered tonight.
No, I really can't be bothered.
17-year-olds Paul and Becca's relationship is on the rocks as they're struggling with 11-month-old baby Lacey's sleep problem. After Laverne helped them with a routine for their daughter, it all got off to a bad start when Paul decided to stay in bed and let Becca do all the work.
Yeah, because you're a selfish that's why.
It's made things worse and resentments brewing between this young couple.
I say some angry things and they just bruise up inside.
Single mum, 21-year-old Danielle Perkins and her 2.5-year-old son Ethan entered the house yesterday afternoon. At home, Ethan drives his mum up the wall and swears like a trooper. But since being in the house, Ethan's been as good as gold. Elizabeth's been working with Danielle on showing Ethan more affection, and she's even managed to stop him being so dependent on his dummy. At home, Danielle's closest friend is her mum, and she feels isolated from other parents.
When he throws a tantrum and I can't cope or I'm shouting at him, people look down at me.
It's the same in the house. Last night, all the families were asked to bake cakes and make bears for a teddy bear's picnic happening today. Danielle was left to do all the work, and Sammy's lack of tact added insult to injury.
Oh, I'm not being awful, but I prefer to hang out with other couples.
Yeah.
It's the third morning in the house. With everyone up and breakfast over, David Butters is playing with his triplets in the garden, as well as entertaining Danielle's son Ethan. Danielle is once again on her own. Inside, Becca and Sammy are having a private chat about the new kid on the block.
I don't think Danielle was very happy last night, was she? Because we went to bed and left her with the cakes. Do you know, because I started them. Oh. And me and Dave said we noticed when we were upstairs and we felt awful.
Nah.
Just going to go check my kids.
All right.
Danielle's first consultation with Elizabeth yesterday saw some home truths from her mum about her relationship with Ethan.
Sometimes she will cuss at him and swear at him, tell him to go away, get out of her sight. A lot of the time I think Danielle is the instigator. She starts it and then he's just aggressive back.
Her mum's comments proved a turning point for Danielle, but it hasn't helped her feelings of isolation.
You all right?
Here she goes.
It's tired.
Tired. All right, we're all a bit tired.
Friends.
What time did you get to bed yesterday?
12, half 12. Yeah. By the time I faffed around upstairs, like cleaning my teeth and then in and out the bathroom, it was like, oh God, but by the time I got into bed, Ethan, wait, let Lacey go down first. And by the time I got into bed, then I was like, I had my head under the quilt, but I was like looking at the cameras, and I was like, because they're like in your room.
Yeah, babe. It's getting on, we've made all the sandwiches, everything's done.
Right.
We've made loads.
That is loads.
Is there?
No, we did cake.
You've just had some in there.
What's that called, babe?
There you go, Dan.
Giraffe. Giraffe. What do giraffes eat?
What? I think Danielle's crying. Why? I don't know, she's sat on like the round table. All right. Yeah. I don't know if I should leave her just to have some time.
I know, innit? You just don't know, do you? It might have been Ethan or us, basically.
I haven't been nasty ever.
I don't think you have.
See, I don't know when I'm being nasty and I'm being nice and...
I haven't noticed anything. Well, I haven't noticed anything. I wouldn't take anything personally what you've said, but I don't know, do you know what I mean? It could have happened another time, or it might not even be you.
Stressed and finding it hard.
Maybe.
Like she's in here by herself, do you know?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah, maybe she's just...
What should I do? Should I just leave her for a bit?
No, is he being naughty?
Yeah, he's playing
Is he
without
playing
kids.
up for?
No.
Oh.
I wonder if he's finding it hard because we're couples.
I don't know, maybe we just need to make her feel more at homey. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like, I'm normally all right if I know the person, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because normally you can tell whether they're pissed off and leave them alone, or just they're upset.
I've noticed with you, I can tell you when you're in a mood. And
Really?
from being here with a couple of days with you, it's mad.
I know.
David said we're too much alike.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what? I've been getting a bit jealous, you know.
Why?
Because David's been spending a lot of time with her and Ethan, playing with Ethan.
Oh, right.
And I've just said something
I get
to
like
her.
that. I get like that all the time. Don't worry.
I'm quite a jealous person, and
So
he's
am I.
like,
So am I, and I
I've just
bloody
said,
admit it.
I said, David, we come here, and he was like, oh, I said, we stop, like, we spend some time
I
away
did
and talk
notice.
to me.
I did notice. Once. I noticed.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, God, please don't let there be an argument. But, I don't know. Maybe she's just, like, in the company. Because he is quite openly, he does talk to everyone. I mean, he
see,
even talks to me.
I'm like this
So
at home. I think it's because Danielle's single. I don't...
I don't know. You know what? Truthfully, I don't think he'd ever go. He's too wrapped up in your family.
Oh, yeah, it's just, I
Really?
find it hard because he's spending a lot
Yeah.
of time
You
talking
don't
to
get
her.
enough of time, yeah.
Mind the stairs, mind the baby.
I want my
Whoa.
What's the matter?
Nothing, baby.
My mum is crying. What's up? Hello.
Having watched last night's events and seen Danielle on her own this morning, Elizabeth has decided to step in.
Hello, you. What's up? Here.
Okay. Ethan, I want you to take the bike over to the other side.
Okay.
Because I'm going to talk to Mummy. Tell me about what's going on.
I don't know, it's just everything.
Okay.
It's what I seen yesterday. What am I fucking saying?
Are you missing your mum? Because you see her so much, don't you?
Yeah.
I suspect this is the longest that you have been alone with Ethan without someone else to help you. And I'm also really aware that you are in this house as a mum on your own with 2 other couples.
Yeah. It was last night. She probably didn't mean it in a horrible way. Sam said she prefers to hang out with couples.
That is so hard, isn't it, for you to hear? Because there's a bit of you that misses so much being a couple.
The only one that was really sweet to me is David.
How do you think things are going with Ethan?
Really well. Especially last night, he's in bed at 7 and he was asleep by 10 past. That was the first time.
That is amazing. And that is down to all of the really hard work that you've done, yeah? I want you to look at your son and be incredibly proud of who he is and how well he's coped with this experience. He's sociable.
He's done really well so far.
He's bright, he's lively, he's sociable. He's an absolutely spot-on normal 3-year-old.
Yeah.
But that's down to you, Danielle. And I think where this leaves us is the work that you and I need to do now, is to think about how you take this relationship home, what you do with it, how you make sense of it there, okay? And how you get the support that you need so that you can be the mum that you can be. Well
Thank you.
I'll see you at lunchtime.
Okay.
We're going to have a super duper picnic. I'm very excited.
Although Danielle has been isolated in the house, she's made real progress with Ethan. Elizabeth and Laverne are now weighing up just how beneficial it is for her to stay.
I want to get her to a place where she's in touch with some of her distress, but feels like she can cope with it enough. She knows how to go out there and get the help that she needs. I'm reluctant to send her out too raw, actually. So I think we need to get her to a point where we feel confident, I feel confident to let her go.
Is that going to happen today? What we don't want is Danielle to feel that we've just sort of thrown her out.
Yeah.
If we see that she can be on her best behaviour almost, I mean, because that's what we want, I think she's ready.
Yeah.
But if something slips at that point, then I think we've got to keep her in.
Whilst Elizabeth and Laverne are undecided what's best for Danielle, there's one person who'd be quite happy to see the back of her.
I'm finding it hard because sometimes you're spending a lot of time with that Ethan.
Oh, I'm not. No, his keeps coming to me, Sammy, that's all.
I know, yesterday he called your dad, didn't you hear?
I know, he's not understanding, is he?
You're always talking to Danielle in the kitchen and everything. It feels like you talk to her than you do me. And
Because half the time you're sat talking to...
And Becca was like, oh, she went, oh yeah, I did notice the once. He talks to her all the time, like quite a lot. And I said, I don't get like that with you when he's talking to you, Becca. I think it's because she's single. I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? It's silly.
Yes, you tell me, come on.
Yeah, but you know, I'm like, I'm a very jealous person.
You like, let me funny something, you like that for everybody.
I know.
Every lass I talk to, it's not just because she's single, it's because you just don't let me talk to lasses.
I don't mind talking to Becca though.
Oh, so come on, Sammy, it'll come a time right when I'll start talking to her, right, and you'll
it doesn't
like
bother me, see. This is why I don't talk, because you don't listen to me.
I'm listening to you, I'm listening. I just can't understand it. I mean, you talk to lads, right, and I don't kick off.
I've been nasty to Danielle.
It's what it's coming across as.
No, I mean, do you think I've been nasty to her face?
No.
Because I don't know if she's heard me talking at all. She wants Lily.
I mean, yesterday when you were talking about saying, oh, don't you feel weird being in here by yourself? And we're couples, I thought, you know what I mean, how tactful could you... You didn't have to say it like that, you know what I mean?
I didn't mean... Do you know what I'm like? I don't
I
think
know you
before I
don't.
talk. I'd find it hard, and I think she is.
You see how red she went yesterday, poor thing? She found that really hard, you know, to deal with when you said that.
I don't think she likes me. No, I'm a very jealous person.
I know you are. But
Can't help it.
I
know I'm being silly.
You need to snap out of it though, Sammy.
I know.
Because you're going to drive me and you apart.
God, I'm sweating so much. Don't you think it's so warm?
I mean, I don't give you any inkling right to be I don't give you nothing to be jealous about, you know what I mean?
I know you don't, that's the problem. You don't know, Dan, I know.
I could understand if I was a touchy-feely, right, and like pop her all over him and stuff, but I'm not. I've got to talk to him, Sammy. We live in the same house together.
Are we going down before we're going to wake him? I'm scared that she's crying because if she's overheard me saying something.
See, the thing is, Sammy, I've got to talk to people. I can't just ignore them. We have to live in the same house together all the time.
I'm not asking you to stop talking to anyone. I'm scared that she's heard me say something.
You're going to have to ask her later on, aren't you?
Well, no, because it might not be. She might tell us. See, me and Becca are always on about how we feel and everything, she doesn't, so...
So yeah, I asked her to her when she sat down and said, you alright, what's the matter? And she was like, oh... Like, we can't just let her carry on that in the kitchen doing things by herself.
Yeah, but whenever we meet
I know you
Becca,
didn't. Well, that was good, exactly. But you've got to involve her in everything.
So Sammy, very threatened there by Danielle. She feels, I mean, so young to me. You want to go, he's the father of your children, you live together, he chose you, he's just being nice to this person who's by themselves.
She's got a lot to be jealous of, hasn't she? Because Sammy's all about the kind of fantasies of how she wishes her life would be. And to see Danielle very much like that, she represented both what she hoped for, just to have one child, and also almost her worst fears of being single and on her own.
Absolutely. And David, though, I thought played it quite well, sort of calmed her down and said, oh, don't be silly, Ethan's just coming to me, as opposed to, don't be ridiculous, there's this other little 2.5-year-old boy, I'm just being nice to him.
Yeah, I think David's had that conversation with Sammy many, many times before, and a lot of what David's had to deal with in their relationship is Sammy's jealousy and her attacking of him when she feels threatened.
Following David's advice, Sammy's decided to put her jealousy aside and not exclude Danielle from the group.
I've actually noticed that I've started to be a bit more posh when I've talked because I'm around you.
How do you say bath?
Bath.
Bath.
Bath. Yeah, you say it the same as we do.
And when you do your
Bath.
curtains at night time...
I'm going to go home and I'm going to have a
what do you say?
Before Ethan and Danielle came into the house, they spent most of their time arguing with each other.
Shut up.
Elizabeth has given Danielle new strategies to help her deal with her son's behaviour.
Yeah, when it's bedtime.
Can you distract him and move him on?
And after just a day in the house, Ethan's angelic side has already emerged.
That was lovely singing.
As Danielle looks after the Butters brood, Elizabeth calls David and Sammy in for a chat about their kids' sleep routine. Their first night in the house was complete chaos as the kids ran rings around Mum and Dad at bedtime.
Move!
But last night, following Elizabeth's advice, they tried a more relaxed approach.
I set you guys off with some homework, get the triplets in bed, stay with them, see how they nod off. I watched it and we've got some footage about how it went, OK? So this is 7:20.
Billy, the bully, kicked Kevin and kicked Kevin cried. Oh, this is so hard. I couldn't read this book.
You did great.
It's like a tongue-tied book.
You did great. Look at those three faces.
Oh, they love it.
Try to stop shaking.
8:41, out. Everybody out. In fact, they were all asleep by 8:33.
Okay, you're dancing.
Yeah, baby.
Victory dance.
You deserved every minute of that. 11 o'clock. So you have now had from 8:30 till 11 to yourselves, peace and quiet.
Lovely.
But I want to talk about this routine, about getting them into bed.
Yeah.
Because what I know is at home, it's mayhem. So why is that happening at home?
But not here. That's what I can understand. Yes, I was.
What do you do at home? Do you stay with them or not?
No.
What did you do last night?
Stayed with them.
Right. Come on, spell it out for me. What was the
We're not
difference?
spending enough time with them at bedtime routine.
You're not.
We're trying to get rid of them.
Did it seem like a long time reading the story and
No,
staying with
it
them?
didn't. I didn't think it was an hour.
For me, I'd say it took. I thought it was about half an hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes max.
Right. So can you spare that time at home?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
See, that's what I'm scared of. I mean, I know Sammy's saying yes, you're right, but I'm scared that she goes home. She likes the programme, so she likes all the soaps and that, and I'm scared she's like, well, no, I'm not doing it tonight because I want to watch my soaps. And then it'll come to, you know what I mean, it'll be left to me again, I'll be like left in the bedroom, then they're going to realise and think, well, why is Mummy not here doing this?
This is what the rest of our discussion this morning is going to be about, how you work together and how you divide up the work. Because David is saying very clearly to me, you work together and it was great, but he's worried when you go home, it'll be back down to him. And I think you really try, David, but you get to that point where you think, oh,
yeah,
just
had enough.
Walk off. And then the kids are hyped because they know your tent and that's when they start trashing the place.
Yeah, I noticed this, like this morning when she was tired, you know what I mean, and that's it. That's when she gets in the mood, that's it. She's like, well, no, I'm not getting up, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that.
Because I wanted to pick up on that, because you did get up late this morning, Sammy.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you guys about that. You know, this is not...
because I've gone 2 days of doing all this, and usually at home I do have a nap when I'm pregnant sometimes, don't I? Used to with Alfie when I was pregnant, and I'm just so tired at the moment.
Yeah, but not even when you're not even pregnant, you do, you sleep.
I don't.
Yes, you do, you sleep. She does, you sleep. It's my fault, because I let her stay in bed in the morning.
Don't know, I like to sleep.
But Sammy, I think this is giving you new opportunities. I'm hearing a lot from you. I've never done this with my kids. Now, is this because your kids were so difficult that you couldn't?
Because we couldn't be bothered.
It was, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Because we're too into our own things, you know what I mean?
Can't believe how much we've realised since we've been in this house. It's pretty mad.
Yeah.
How much we don't do with the kids.
Yeah, because there's nothing else for us to do here, you know what I mean? There's no telly, there's no...
Yeah, we're having to do
nothing
things.
else for us to, you know what I mean? So it's nice, you know what I mean? So we do get to play with the kids and
having kids
interact.
completely changes your life. The life that you knew, the one that you had where actually what you wanted came first, is gone. And you now have 4, soon to be 5 kids whose all of their needs are going to have to come before yours.
Yeah.
And actually, giving that up is really hard. And I'm sensing, Sammy, from you, perhaps a bit more than David, that actually the realisation that the life as you knew it is gone and now your new life looks very different is really hard for you.
Yeah.
I think you miss it. I think you miss life before kids.
Yeah. I never really had much of a life, to be honest, because I was only 17. Like, I never got to do all the things that I should have done, and David did.
But the thing that I'm very interested in is about how you guys work together. David, you are quick to get in there and to do more, yeah? And Sammy's very quick to say, David, do it. But actually, what I don't see is you turning around, David, and saying, no, Sammy, you do it.
Yeah, but I do that at home and she just says no, so I just don't see the point. We end up arguing, so...
Yeah. Is there something about the way David asks you to do it that kind of gets your back up and wants you to... makes you go, ugh, no?
It's more like a dad. And he thinks he's, like, in charge and everything. It gets on my nerves, so that's why I don't do it. He's like the father role to all of us.
All of it, yeah. I've already said that.
But Sammy, you're the mum to all of them. But David, as much as Sammy needs to kind of step up and be a mum, you need
to back off.
To make space for her to do that. You need to help her be a mum, to come up. Because if you're being brilliant all the time, there's no room for Sammy to do stuff, yeah? It is about you encouraging her, because I think this can lift your mood. You need to have really positive, lovely time with your kids today. David is also on the task force to connect with you, to join in with you, to help you do stuff with him and to be really positive with the kids. Yeah? Give it your best shot.
I've got to dry my hair yet and straighten it.
No, you don't.
The girl's hair's is a mess.
No, you don't. David, does she need to?
No, I've done this all day, not mine.
Right. So no more talk of hair.
Yeah.
You guys are going to do something great for your kids.
It's nearly lunchtime and Danielle's been entertaining the children in the garden for the last hour.
We shall now, Let's go there again. Again? Yeah. Come on then, we'll all have a go. Are you coming to help me?
No.
Oh, cheers. So your mood's not changed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought we were here to play with the kids.
I am.
You what?
I am changed.
You are?
I changed.
You are changed?
Yeah.
Who wants to play rounders?
Where's the yellow ball?
We should have a game around us, all of us.
Yeah, and I'll sit and watch.
I'm joking. No, yeah, I can go.
Where's the sun?
Well, it looks like a case of short-term memory loss for Sammy, as the thought of reconnecting with the kids doesn't seem so appealing as it did in the consultation room.
I want help.
Danielle, on the other hand, gets full marks for effort.
And then... Wait. Right, you've got to step down. Use them as steps. Right? But you must always ask Mummy for help. Okay? There.
The 3 mums are in the kitchen, putting the finishing touches on the cakes that Danielle made last night.
Oh, I want that one.
Cheers, mate, you're a star.
You said you weren't having any cakes.
I know, I want that one. I really do, though.
Cheers.
Sammy's even doing a bit of quality control on the sly.
I'm getting to sleep.
A goner, is he? You did seem a bit... Oh, right, okay, yeah.
The teddy bear's picnic has been arranged by Elizabeth and Laverne so that the parents get the chance to work on interacting with their little ones. The first game sees mums and dads encouraging the children to each find a teddy bear.
Wow.
So we need you to organise bear finding and food bringing out, OK?
Right, kids. We've got to find the bears.
Lily.
Go down with them.
We've got to find some bears. Can you see any bears?
Shall we have a look, Ethan? Can you find them?
You found one?
Can you find the bears, Ethan?
It looks like Danielle's hard work has paid off, as the bears are a real hit with the kids.
Ethan!
Bring the teddy bear.
So it's one bear per child.
Good lad, good lad.
More. Get it then, Louis.
With a little help from Dad, even 4-month-old Alfie has found a teddy bear.
Fantastic. I just want to have a quick chat with you while we've got you out here.
Quickly, go get it.
Hey,
Can
show me
you
what you've
find
got.
any more?
I got this teddy.
I want to see his face. Do you know who helped to make these teddies? Who made these teddies? Ethan, look at me. Who made these teddies?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I just want to have a quick chat with you while we've got you out here. Been thinking really hard about what you said to me this morning about how tough this is for you and how you're missing your mum. And I've been thinking about when is the right time for you to go, yeah? Because I think you are going to be great out there, aren't you?
Yeah, I can do it. I
think you can do.
needed this to, yeah.
And this isn't about how Ethan survives, this is about you. I want to take care of you.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Yep.
You feeling all right?
Yep.
I'm so proud of you.
He's been really good today.
You should be really proud of him, and you. So let's see how these guys go. I'm happy to see these guys doing some work. You know, I'm happy for you to sit back a bit. Let them. You just be with your boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Well done,
Thank
darling.
I got my bear. I got my bear.
Is Ethan eating a sandwich?
Just so no one
Was Ethan?
away from you in private.
You're going to get a
sandwich, babe.
Got some carrots?
Yeah.
Can I have some tea, please?
Yeah.
Even though the house is child-friendly and is closely monitored by our child psychologists, the parents are still responsible for their kids' safety. With one eye on 11-month-old Lacey, Paul and Becca have left her to do a bit of exploring.
Go on, get up there.
Power Ranger, are you? Wicked.
Oh, I like that thin slice. Whoever cut that was good. Bloody slime. Oh.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. Come here. Give it to me. Don't shout at me and have a go at me for it. Give it to me.
No.
Why?
No.
Give her to me.
Go away.
Give it to me. Why are you having a go at me for it? Hello? Why are you having a go at me? Why are you having a go at me?
I'm not, just leave it alone. I'm taking her to bed.
No, you're not. Ooh. Don't know, wouldn't let me near her. But anyway, I'll get over it. Just don't know why, because I felt like I didn't do anything wrong, you know, but don't matter.
Having seen what's just happened, Laverne decides to step in.
Sorry, I don't like smoking any. Yeah.
Right. I just saw. Well, I didn't see.
Why?
What happened?
I don't know. We were just both sitting next to each other on the mat, and she's really confident with climbing steps now. So she went over to the slide, and then she must have banged her head because she started crying. And he ran up there. I was like, "Oh, is she okay?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was just about to go up there, and he ran away from me, like, "Go away, go away."
Yeah.
I was just like, "Why? It's not my fault, and it's not yours either. What have you know? What have I done?"
And suddenly you couldn't do things together.
Yeah.
It had to be one of you, and then.
He sort of just ran away, like it was my fault. But
What's your first impulse to do now? What do you want to go and do?
I want to go up there, but I'm not gonna because I just give him space because I know that's what he needs. Because otherwise we'll have a full-blown argument. So I thought, okay, that was a bit of bickering in my eyes.
Yeah. Let's let it go.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna put her to bed." I was like, "No, please don't." And he was like, "No, she's tired."
He's probably got this newfound confidence that he can put her to bed.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you had a chance to speak to him about how you were feeling this morning?
I said, yeah. I said,
said, I think I take a lot of my anger out on you. I said, and really, I've got to be more emotional and cry it out. I think that's what they're sort of trying to tell to me. I'm looking it all up inside.
So what you think? You think that perhaps it just needs to come out?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I just said to him, I think my anger's built up, but that's the same with him. He doesn't show it as much though. I talk to him with aggression because that's how I can get it out. Whereas with him, he just locks it all up and then it explodes.
So he...
He's there.
Hello. You're here. He's asleep.
No, I was just annoyed because he's really tired, so I'm not supposed to keep
I was just wondering why you were taking it out on me. I thought you were running away from me because it was my fault.
why you have to always deal with rubbish crying either.
Oh no, I don't have to. I just feel like that's my little time to be needed.
Yeah.
But then I've got to understand that I want her to need you as well. So really,
She's fast asleep now.
Is she? She's tired. Also, that's the reason I said to you why I don't want you to put her to sleep. It's because I selfishly want to go as well. So, because I'm
going to leave you two. This is what I want. I want you two talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to come and find you later. So she can have a sleep for a while. Don't stress about that. Yeah. And then we're going to do something this afternoon. All right, Becca?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there, I just didn't understand. I thought you were trying to get away from me, and I thought, well, why are you angry with me? I didn't make her hit her head. Do you see what I mean? Well, I got funny. I just
hate the way you was trying to grab her off you.
Sorry.
No, I just wanted to deal with her once because I'm the one who saw it. That's pretty my fault. I was just annoyed that she was tired.
After 3 days of work in the house, there's been plenty of tears, tantrums,
no!
and tiffs.
Don't shout at me and have like me for it.
It's late afternoon and the picnic's over. While Laverne and Elizabeth feel they've made progress with some,
he's an absolutely spot-on normal 3-year-old.
Yeah.
But that's down to you, Danielle.
There's still a long way to go with others.
You come and help me. So your mood's not changed.
After giving Becca and Paul some time to kiss and make up, Laverne has arranged an exercise to help improve Paul's father-daughter time with Lacey. But first, there's something else she needs to address.
Paul, how do you feel that your head is getting around the idea of you needing to have more of a routine for Lacey? Can you see that it's something that could work for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah? What happened this morning to you getting up?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, we couldn't get up.
You need to get up, don't you? Because actually what happens is if there's any part of the routine that breaks down, then one or the other of you is going to get quite upset. So it was a little bit disappointing that you didn't get up this morning, and I know it really disappointed Becca and made her feel upset, and then that just starts the day off in a really, really bad way. Yeah? But what has been impressive today is that it feels to me that you two are talking a little bit more. Does it feel like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel good or unusual or?
Better talking.
Not talking, not rowing, not shouting.
We're going to spend a little bit of time this afternoon, Paul, with you taking the lead and you playing with Lacey. Daddy's going to play with you. Well, I've put some things in the quiet room for you. So that's for you and her to play with. We're going to watch on the screen because the other thing the other thing that Becca has to do, and I hope you don't mind me speaking for you, is to be able to let him take more of the lead and let him be the dad and have that role a bit more, not always feel that everything falls on you, because I know you're with her a lot of the time and it can feel like that, but actually Paul can step in. Yeah.
Oops, on the bum.
I think your little girl looks like she's raring to go and have a play opportunity. I'm gonna put this mic on you. As we're watching, I'm going to talk to you. Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah? Okay, I'm going to speak to you now. So you can tell me if you can hear it through your earpiece. Hi, Paul.
Yeah.
Cool. Play, play, play.
Okay.
Armed with nothing but an earpiece, Paul heads for the quiet room with Lacey, awaiting Laverne's instructions.
Ooh, look at that.
Play-Doh.
He's very quiet, isn't he? Very quiet with her.
He doesn't talk to her. That's what annoys me. He doesn't interact with her.
Okay. Okay, hi Paul. You're going to talk to Lacey? Talk her through all the things that she's got there, all the things she can play with. Come on, she's waiting.
Oh, she's eating it. Lacey, look. This is Play-Doh, whatever it is. Got that. Look.
Oh.
See, he doesn't have that the confidence to do it with her. He feels stupid, like I said. He feels stupid.
Good. Yeah, green one. Red one. Yeah, why don't you stop eating that, please?
I wondered what was going to happen.
Me.
Come on, Paul, really get her involved. So let her push that down, put it on the tray and let her push it down.
Yeah, push it. Look, rhino.
That's nice, that's really nice. Why don't you put her down so she can see your face, Paul? Because what's really important is that she needs to see you smiling and for you to be able to talk directly at her. That's great.
You should do it. No, not with your feet, or you can do it with your feet if you want.
You feel he's really opened up a little bit since he's
It's
been
nice
here?
to see it. Yeah, definitely.
Tell you what I am impressed with though, with Paul. He's not worried about mess.
No, I know.
Which is great because
he'll leave it to me to do. That's what it is, especially when it's at my house. No, that's why half the time I'm not happy. You should see the state that he leaves it in when I come back from work and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, why can't you just tidy as you go along?
This is perfect. These are exactly the sorts of games that we should be playing.
It's my line. What's he doing?
Not your line. You can share it.
It's my line.
It's hard.
No, yeah. You know,
Watching him
the
play
mom's
with
right.
Lacey now, though, and just how brilliant he was, because he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you, want to go up to him and just say that was great?
I don't know, because really, that's sort of what I'd expect as a parent. I knew he'd be a good dad. That's why I decided to have his baby.
But given that you've got yourself into a situation whereby there's quite a lot of negativity, how...
Yeah, but praising Paul, that's just weird.
It's not praising him, it's just saying that was great. And having a moment together that, does bring you together and says, God, this is fantastic, this is what we did.
Yeah.
We did this. And aren't we brilliant at doing it? Can I ask you to do that?
Yeah.
After less than half an hour's playtime, Paul's looking a lot more worn out than Lacey.
Oh, I saw you eating the Play-Doh.
You should be crawling around.
Yeah.
A bum went hanging out, was it?
Yeah, it was.
What?
No, black box as well.
No, I was just saying because I've got a wedgie to it.
Very impressed with you, young man.
Who's knackered me out? I'm sweating.
No. I've got another 45 minutes to do this in before dinner time.
Oh, 45 minutes this?
I need to take your...
Well, by 5
Well, tell him.
o'clock.
What did you make of it?
No.
Did you do well?
Yeah. I just said, you done well.
What did you? I didn't hear.
Over the last 3 days, there's been plenty of ranting in the house, and a large part of that is thanks to David and Sammy Butters, who've been shouting at their triplets as if they're on the other end of a football pitch.
Lie down! We're only next door.
I thought you wanted it on. So what are you crying for? Move. Lewis, you do this every night. Get into your beds now.
It's 4:30, and despite repeated advice from Laverne on how the Butters should address their kids, it looks like it's fallen on deaf ears.
Stop it. That is disgusting. Get off that table right now. Down now. Down. Don't talk to me like that, Lily. Down, Lily.
Right.
Okay,
You're going to bed.
Right, it's alright when you Ethan.
Yeah?
Okay, I've put a timer on his teeth so it pings. Just leave it.
Will you behave? Do you know, I haven't got no energy, David.
Ethan.
Get off now. Get off and get down off that table right now.
Oi! Move it!
You need a bath.
Get down! Now, down!
Bath.
Enough! Do you want me to shout at you like I do at home? Hey, do you want to go to bed? I'm tired.
No, I'm not tired.
I'm more tired than you.
I was you.
Drink it. Hello.
Hello.
Alright.
Hello, it's all getting a bit fraught in here. Yeah? Let's just sit down and have a chat about this. Sammy, it's getting fraught in here.
It's getting what?
Fraught.
What's that mean?
You know.
Agitated, angry.
Would you agree?
Just getting a bit fed up with people, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? But hey, who's copping it? Who's getting it? Who's getting your fed upness? Getting it?
Oh no, I know what you mean.
I don't think they've noticed yet.
Yeah? Well, I'm watching and I've noticed. Can't remember which one was on the table, but there's a lot of shouting. And we've got to be much clearer about it. If you don't want them to do something, you have to intervene and act. Okay, and actually I want to walk you through a timeout now because, you know, all that shouting and screaming at them is really horrible to watch. Okay? And I don't really think they understand what's going on.
Is it me as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel frustrated.
But that's how it looks.
I'm just tired.
You're tired. But when you're tired, you have to still have ways of behaving with your children. You still have to have ways of behaving with your children. Yeah?
What's the matter? You're always
I think your kids are a bit tired as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Let me just talk you through what I saw, which was that Lily was on the table, not supposed to be on the table.
Do it at home.
Naughty.
And you said, first of all, get down off the table, and then very quickly, it was a really big get down off the table. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then that didn't really work because she's obviously very used to it. Yeah. So then you appeared with your, what do you think you're doing? Yeah. And I was thinking,
do you want me to shout at you like I'm at home?
Yes. So I got a bit concerned. Now look, Lily.
Go over there.
Okay, let's show Mummy and Daddy what they're going to do. If you are sitting on the table, okay, where you're not supposed to be, Mummy and Daddy are going to say, Lily, get down off the table. If you don't get down off the table, do you know what they're going to do? Look what they're going to do. They're going to do this. They're going to lift you down from the table and they're going to say, right, you need to sit there for 3 minutes. And then you're going to just look away. 3 minutes, they're 3 years old, that's all they need.
Right.
Okay? And she's probably going to take a while to get used to it and she might struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
But you sit here with your arm if you feel that you need to do it. But listen, that is so much better than that screaming and shouting and that awful interaction with her. This is much more straightforward. You give her 3 minutes and then she's off.
Right.
Okay? And this is a timeout where you're going to completely take your attention away from, oh, darling, we were just showing you. You need to give her a hug now.
Come on, no.
But we have to get them to understand that there are certain things that they can't do.
Yeah.
And you two have got to stop losing your temper in that way. It's not very nice.
Yeah.
In just the space of 24 hours, Ethan Perkins has gone from this to this.
What God is this one?
Having mastered the art of connecting with her son, Danielle's work has paid off.
I know that you guys set your stall out. You said a family can come in and stay for as long as it takes. Danielle, though, leaving very short time. Is that what you meant? Is she done?
Well, I think Danielle is an excellent example of somehow when you can just begin to shift the dynamic. It's like dominoes, everything begins to follow. And we were able to get Danielle into the house and very quickly change the relationship between her and her son, suddenly everything fell into place. That was the shift that needed to happen. She needed to make some changes to herself. So yes, I think she is now done.
We cannot underestimate the work that parents will already be doing before they enter the house. Because if you put a spotlight on somebody and say, this is what we're going to be focusing on, well, I'll be damned if anybody doesn't start thinking about that problem. So I think we benefit in some way from the work that parents already do. And this is a unique environment. You can't walk into this place, you've got 2 psychologists working with you, and you're not going to change.
Also quite good it was just 2 of them, Danielle and Ethan. Quite nice just to go, right, this is what's going on, and she was ready.
She was so primed. As Laverne said, she'd done a lot of the thinking beforehand, and she came in and just laid the problem out so beautifully. I think it might be me, the way I'm interacting with him, and the way I'm speaking to him. And her hunch was right. The minute she changed that, hers and Ethan's relationship fell into place, and something very different happened for them.
It's almost time for Danielle to leave the house, but Elizabeth wants to have one final chat before she goes.
So have you had any behavioural problems with him today? I mean, anything that you felt you couldn't cope with?
Nothing.
Wow. I mean, it has been absolutely amazing. What I've seen, I have been so impressed with. And I'm thinking, you know, do you need more? You know, what should we do next? And I kind of put it to you that I thought maybe about tea time might be a good time for you to go today. What do you think?
I think that's what I just feel really bad because it's everything that I could have done at home, and I've come in here and within 2 days he was in bed early, you know, tantrums from him yesterday. I haven't shouted at him, not once have I had to get harsh with him.
So why do you feel bad about that?
Because I feel like I've wasted your time, because it's something that I could have done at home and I've come in here in 2 days.
But that isn't you wasting my time.
But he's, you know, he is just in those 2 days a completely different child.
I think you're a completely different mum, actually. I think that's what's been so key. And this is not about you wasting my time or Ethan not being naughty, because what it took was to get you out of your usual environment, get you out of your comfort zone, to get you somewhere different, to help you find something that was already there.
Yeah.
And actually I think you and Ethan have been on quite a journey since you've come into the house. And I want to show you some clips of what I've seen and of what I've seen you being able to do with him.
Okay.
I got my red bowing.
Go on it. Yeah, well done.
So this is Ethan really connecting to the other adults actually when he first came into the house.
I want you birthday, mate. I want you birthday.
How amazing to hear his voice without the dummy in the way.
Yeah? Brilliant.
That's just lovely. How about, could you reach up here?
Now this for me is fantastic, look. Look at how much he is loving what you're doing with him.
We don't do that at home.
Ever.
That's right.
No.
What? We've got...
Look it up. Do you want to sit on my lap?
Yeah.
And you'd be nice. Now, would you like to read this with Mummy?
No.
No? Okay. We'll put it back. Have a sip of milk?
No.
No?
I want my dummy. I want my dummy. I'm sorry, you're not.
You want to sit on my lap? Okie dokie.
Hello.
That last clip there, that was the most amazing behaviour management I've seen.
I would have shouted him at home and hit at me with the ball. I would have gone, you know, or I would have told him to go away if he got like that.
Right.
Or have said, no, you can go away.
Yep. But you didn't. You didn't need to push him away. I want my dummy, and you turned it into a game. You distracted him. You did that so instinctively, so naturally. You got in there with him. I mean, that was fantastic, okay? Those are the skills that you have with your son. Yeah?
Yep.
And that's what you need to take home. That's what you've learned from this experience, that you can go home and you can put those into practice at home. And thinking about Ethan, I mean, seeing him today and seeing him without his dummy has been an absolute revelation to hear his voice.
Yeah.
And I have got something I want you to try with Ethan at home. This is the daytime dummy box.
Right.
Okay, so I know that Ethan uses his dummy at night to get to sleep.
Yeah.
So when he gets up in the morning, the dummy goes in the daytime dummy box and it stays in his bedroom.
Right.
Because actually I think it is time for Ethan to sort of
for his independence to grow, really, and for him to start to grow up.
I think one thing that confused him was I'd shout at him like I would be shouting at an adult, but then giving him his dummy and his bottle, so he's thinking, well, she's treating me like I'm a 16-year-old, but then she's giving me my bottle and my dummy, so I've got to be a baby again.
Absolutely. I think Ethan is terribly confused sometimes whether he's an adult or whether he's a child. But there's still one more thing that I want to think about with you, and that's about you, about how you feel at home sometimes quite lonely, quite isolated. I want you to be getting out there, to be mixing with people your own age, people who've got kids the same age as you, and making friends. Yep. Yeah? I know that your mum is incredibly important to you, but...
She needs her life and I need mine.
She needs her life, and that's it, yeah? Because she's your mum, not your best friend or your mate or someone the same age. She's your mum. And I think that's the relationship I want to see you establish. In order to do that, you do need to be getting out more, meeting other people, because I'm really struck by the first thing you said to me when you came into the house was what people think about teenage mums. So don't go out because, you know, people think I'm a bad mum.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle, after all of this, do you think you're a bad mum?
No, not really.
Yeah? If this hasn't proved it, that you aren't a bad mum, I don't know what does.
Brilliant.
Okay.
That's it.
With Danielle getting ready to leave, Becca and Sammy will have the house to themselves again, for the moment anyway.
So you're going then?
Yep.
What time?
When I've packed my case and wait for him to finish his tea and
I
Elizabeth.
think you're making a big mistake.
I can't believe we're gone.
We're going to lock you in.
Yeah.
So are they going to send someone else? Are they going to send someone else in?
I don't know.
Oh my God, I don't want you to go. Where are you going?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
I don't.
You think like I said to Elizabeth, I just feel like I've wasted your time. But she said you haven't. She said from what I've seen.
You are doing well though. I knew it out of all of us. You've done the best, I know that. But good on you though. If they think you've done well, then that's good. Because I can even see it. I know I don't know you before, but just seeing even how you're talking to him, I was starting to think, why are you in here? If you do it at home.
Well. So even only being in here for 2 days, I'm like, oh.
I think it was very interesting having just gone back into the house with Danielle. Their first question, when she said, are you going? To which she says yes. Immediately, Becca and Sammy, oh, that's sad, we don't want her to go. And a bit of me thought, girls, actually, you have given Danielle quite a hard time. And it's interesting, isn't it? When they're faced with the reality of, well, she might go, suddenly they have to think, oh, I don't want her to go. I've formed a link with her.
And what are they going to do when they see the next family? Because they couldn't adjust to a mum and her child coming in. No. We've got another couple coming in with 3 children.
Danielle Perkins and her son Ethan were the last to arrive, but only 32 hours later, they're the first to go.
Oh, we're just signing the teddy because we're going home today.
So, as they leave their mark on the house, it's time to say goodbye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you later, mate.
Bye-bye. You've been good girls. Mwah.
Good girl. And you got some snot as well.
See you later, Paul.
Bye.
All right, take care, won't you? Bye, Lucy.
you.
Bye, good girl.
Oh, we want to have you back.
Bye, thank you so much.
See you later on, Danielle.
That's about reassurance.
Bye.
Ethan, well done for all the hard work you did in my house. Good boy, yeah?
Good boy.
Well done, you.
Thank you so much.
All the work you've done.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Really, really proud of you.
Really positive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well done, darling.
Thank you.
Well done, guys.
Come here then, Ethan. You hold my hand?
Bye, guys.
From being in the house for the 2 days, I think I have done brilliantly. I did not expect to get such a good result. I'm thrilled. Come on then, you got my hand. A bit bumpy. Oh! My best moment in the house has to be when me and Ethan sat at the table to do some painting. He was so thrilled that he could get his hands mucky and just have a good time, and that has to be one of my best moments. Uh-oh. Oh, you look like a big painting blobbing monster, don't you, with it dripping off your fingers? This experience has been fantastic. I'm so pleased that I had this opportunity, and I think it had a big impact on the future for myself and for Ethan, and it's just going to be fantastic. No more moody mum and unhappy Ethan. It's just going to be brilliant.
Another eventful day then in the house of Tiny Tearaways, and we're already saying goodbye to Danielle and Ethan. Tomorrow a new family arrives, the Baileys, and I can tell you they're quite a handful. See you then.
We've come here as a family and we're leaving as a broken one.
Go on then, walk away, little boy.
Shut up.
Walk away.
Swear.
I want to go home.